Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing another tier list. It's going to be a long one as well because we are going to be ranking every single gym leader from the hardest to the easiest. Now of course this is my own opinion at the end of the day, so it's absolutely fine to disagree with me. There's no problems with that, but if you are excited for today's video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 300 likes. Leave a comment, what else would you like me to rank, and also who do you think is the hardest gym leader in the Pokemon games, and subscribe if you're brand new. We do daily Pokemon content on this channel. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and rank the gym leaders from the hardest to the easiest. Okay, so here we are with the old tier list. We got S, A, B, C, D, and E, and all of the gym leaders. Now I didn't make this tier list, but they did a bang up job because some of the tier lists out there, the pictures of the gym leader are so blurry, it generally looks like my eyesight without my glasses, to be fair, when something's really far away. It's so bad. So this tier list is absolutely smashed out of the park. It looks so good. They're all nice, colourful backgrounds. I don't know where they got the images from. I don't know if they made them themselves, but it just makes life so much easier. And to make life even easier, I'm gonna do it in order as well. I'm gonna go to Kanto, then Johto, and then Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova. You guys know the drill. And I think it's not in order, but the good thing is they're in order of the region. So obviously we've got like Kanto here, that goes up to Blue, being obviously the last gym in the Gold and Silver games. And then obviously over here we have Johto, which obviously goes up to there. And then obviously we have like Kalos and stuff. So that obviously makes it a little bit easier. Anyway, let's get into some ranking. Brock is up first. The first gym leader is always the difficult one because like it generally depends on your starter. Obviously if you choose Charmander in Red and Blue, Brock is difficult. But if you don't choose Charmander, you choose Squirtle or Bulbasaur, Brock is really easy. So it's kind of difficult on how to rank him because it generally all depends. It's the same with all of them as well. Like the flying type gym leader at the start of the Johto, if you choose Chikorita, you're at a disadvantage. It generally depends who you pick for your first gym leader, so it's difficult to rank them. So I think the first gym leader probably just has to go into the middle, I'd say. I mean, there isn't really a middle, there's a B and a C, because like I say, with Charmander, Brock is difficult, especially in Red and Blue, because there's not really anything good apart from Mankey that you can really use against him. But if you choose Bulbasaur or Squirtle, he's super easy. So I think C is just going to be the first gym leader, because simply it depends on the starter you choose. That could be either really difficult or really easy. So yeah, I'm going to put it in C instead of B because they're usually a little bit easier as well because the levels are low and stuff like that. Anyway, Misty is up next. Misty has actually always caused me trouble. She was always difficult. The Starmie would just pound my team. She was not an easy gym leader for me at all. Like even in Red and Blue, difficult, and then in Fire Red and Leaf Green, still difficult. I actually want to put Misty in the A tier. Now a lot of people might be like, what are you doing that for? But generally I thought she was so difficult most of the time because of that Starmie. Like that Bubble Beam that went, especially in Red and Blue, mate. You knew that you were going to be taking some damage from that bad boy. Lieutenant Surge is up next. Was never really a difficult gym leader. You could literally just go and catch a Dugtrio from Diglett Cave, and then boom, you'd easily win. So for me, Lieutenant Surge, probably D tier. Like it was never a struggle. They gave you a get a jail free card right in the same city. Erica up next. I mean, for me, she was always relatively easy because I had Charmeleon by that point. But obviously, you get the Evolution, so you can get a Flareon on there. There's a lot of typings you can get because of Growlithe and Vulpix around Celadon. So it was never really a difficult gym leader, so I'd probably put Erica in the D tier as well because, I mean, a lot of places they'll give you Pokemon for the gym because obviously it's done to make it easier for you, but she never really had a great team as well. Like Tangela was very easy. Next up, who we got? We got Koga up next. Koga and Sabrina. The same levels, but obviously completely different Pokemon. I think Sabrina was a little bit harder just simply because her psychic type Pokemon, especially in Red and Blue, there was such hard hitting mons. But then Koga always used to poison you and stuff like that. I don't think either of them were really super tricky. I'd probably put Koga and Sabrina probably in the B tier because they weren't pushovers, but they weren't necessarily like the hardest gym leaders out there. We got Blaine up next. That Arcanine was always annoying, but there was so many water type Pokemon you could literally catch. I mean, Cinnabar is literally surrounded by water, so it was never really a difficult struggle. Yet also we would have gone to the Safari Zone at that point and everything. So yeah, his Arcanine was a problem, but if you had a good water type, then it wasn't really a huge struggle. So I'd probably put him in the C tier as well. And then we have Giovanni up next. Giovanni again was never really a struggle. Like, you pretty much had to use the same team that you used for Blaine because he mostly had ground types. So yeah, I mean Giovanni is my favorite gym leader just simply because it was such a twist as a kid, like seeing the leader of Team Rocket being the last gym leader. Like, nobody saw that coming. But yeah, his team was a little bit lackluster. You didn't really have to change yours much after beating Blaine. So that's the Kanto gym leaders. Well, for red and blue anyway, we still have the... I can't remember Koga's... Is it his daughter or his niece or something like that? Yeah, she was a lot easier than Koga in my opinion. She wasn't really too difficult. And then we had Blue next in gold and silver. Blue was... he had a... Obviously, it was his champion team, really, wasn't it? So... The thing that made it difficult was obviously it wasn't just one typing, so Blue was actually quite a difficult gym leader, so I'd probably put him in the B tier maybe, just simply because it just wasn't one type. He's one of the only gym leaders that doesn't have just one specific type of a Pokemon. Anyway, next up we're going to Johto, and we're starting off with Falkner. I'm going to forget a lot of these names, I do apologise, but Falkner was up next. See, again, I'm just going to have to put it on the C tier because it really just depended on your starter. Like, there wasn't really a starter that was good against it, but obviously if you chose Chikorita, it was difficult. But there was a lot of rock Pokemon you could have got as well, like Geodudes and stuff like that. So, next up we have Bugsy. The Scyther, I remember being a problem, man. Scyther was annoying, especially with like U-turn and stuff in the later gens. Bugsy wasn't easy. B tier for Bugsy. But next we have Whitney and her Miltank. I mean, it'd be rude not to put her in the S tier. I mean, it's where she belongs. She was horrible. She was absolutely horrible. I'm gonna have to start going through these a little bit faster because we're 6 minutes in and I'm halfway through Generation 2. Next up, we have the Ghost type gym leader. Again, Ghost was a little bit annoying, so I'll probably put him in the B tier. And then we have... I always forgot the order of the Johto gym leaders, but yeah, I think this is just the way I'm gonna do it. Your team wasn't too bad, I suppose. I'll put you in the C tier. Jasmine with her Steel types was annoying. Like, Steel was super busted in Generation 2. So I'd probably put her in the A tier as well. Like, she wasn't an easy gym leader at all. And then we have... oh my god, it starts with a P. I can't remember his name. Price, and then Claire. Claire, was Claire difficult? She had a King... Yeah, no, Claire was difficult. Her Kingdra was so annoying. Especially in Gen 2 as well. There was not many Pokemon good against her Kingdra. And then we have Price. Price was never really a massive problem, so I'd probably put him in the C tier. Alright, Generation 2 complete. Next up, we have Generation 3, which is... Where do be Generation 3? Gen 4 is there with Rock. Gen 3 is here. Roxanne up next. Alright, Roxanne, again... C tier. I'm just going to put all the first gym leaders there because it generally just was so dependent on the Pokemon you started with. Brawly up next. Brawly I remember always being difficult in Ruby and Sapphire. His Makuhita would always body me. And yeah, I'm just basing this on gym leaders I know I definitely lost to as a kid. So yeah, I'd probably put Brawly in the A tier. Even now, like, he is not easy in Ruby and Sapphire. It's a little bit easier in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but yeah. There's also Emerald as well. I think actually I struggled on him in Emerald. I think that was where I mainly struggled on him. Because I remember what... oh my god, I can't remember his name. What? It's not what. Is it Wallace? It might be Wallace. I don't know. It begins with a W. His team got a lot better in Emerald because obviously he had his Magneton, his Manectric with a high level and stuff. Also, not a difficult gym leader to beat. So yeah, I think A tier is definitely where he belongs. Next up we have oh my god, I'm forgetting the name. Flannery. Come back to me. Yeah, she was always a massive problem as well. Torkoal in the sun was horrible. So yeah, I think Flannery was A tier as well. Like, I remember the older gym leaders were harder, maybe because I was a kid growing up and I wasn't as good at Pokemon, but they're definitely, I definitely struggled on them a lot growing up. Norman, again, Norman was tricky because there wasn't really any decent mons for his slacking and stuff, especially in Emerald. Like, he wasn't easy. And then we have Winona as well with her Altaria. Again, not easy, man. Emerald made Generation 3 gym leaders very difficult, in my opinion. They were not easy. I think Winona and Tate and Liza, I think, are A tier as well. Like, Tate and Liza in Emerald double battle with the Clay Doll and stuff like that. It wasn't easy. This is Wallace. I don't know what I called you. You're Watson. You're Wallace. I don't think I struggled on Wallace too much, to be fair. I think he was probably B tier. And then you're probably B tier as well, I would say. I think that's a good place for those. Next up, we got Generation 4. We got Rourke. Rourke was actually a little bit more difficult, because I remember even when I chose Piplup and Turtwig, the Cranidos was still such a hard hitter. It actually did a lot of damage to me. So wherever Rourke is, where's Rourke at? Mate, there you are. I'm probably going to put you in the B tier, because you were a little bit more difficult. Next up, we have... this is where I'm going to start forgetting the names and stuff. There's like Crash Awake. Yeah, I'm gonna remember a lot. I'm gonna forget a lot of the names. Literally playing through Platinum right now as well. I cannot remember your name for the life of me. Where do you go though? I remember your team though. I just don't remember your name. Team wasn't crazy difficult. I probably put you in the C tier. I probably put you in the C tier as well. Sinnoh wasn't too bad because there's a lot of good options you could use in Sinnoh. Again, I'll probably put you in the C tier as. Yeah, I remember this battle being relatively easy. Actually, was it? I don't really know, because obviously I was getting older in Gen 4, I was getting a little bit more better at Pokemon, maybe that's why I thought they were a little bit easier. Okay, we'll put you there. We'll put you, not you, hang on, I've messed up, you're next. You're a bit, yeah, I'll probably put you there. A lot of C tier for Sinnoh, they weren't, you were a little bit more difficult with Steel and stuff like that, and then you're probably, this was like, a pretty easy final gym leader in Sinnoh for me. They were like, oh, they were getting annoyed because they never got any good challenges, and it's like, and then they just weren't a good challenge. Alright, Gen 5 is up next. I think that's all of Generation 4. Generation 5 is here. So these are the gym leaders. This was a cool kind of thing, because it was, depending on your starter, you obviously chose the gym leader that was harder against you. So I think these all belong in the B tier, just simply because it didn't matter on your starter. Like, the type matchup would just be against you all the time. Yeah, you were difficult with the Warthog and stuff like that. Or Watchdog, call it a Warthog. I'm not even gonna edit that out. You can just attack me in the comments for that. With the Watchhog, yeah, you were annoying. You were really annoying. And then probably B tier. Thing is though, she was also very difficult as well with like the Volt switching shenanigans and everything. She was not easy. So I'd probably say S tier as well. For these were the gym leaders I remember struggling on the most. Maybe Misty as well, but I feel like people don't want Misty being the S tier. Even though I would probably put her in, would I put her in the S tier? I don't know. I remember struggled against Misty the most out of all these, I think. Maybe Flannery. Flannery was also really annoying because that Torkoal just would not die. And yeah, it would just be boosted and stuff. Alright, next up we have... I've lost my spot now. I've lost my spot. I've lost it. It's gone. Where the bloody hell where am I? Oh yeah, I'm on you. Because we're in Gen 5 now. I keep forgetting which gen we're in. Clay. Clay wasn't really difficult. To be fair, you weren't really difficult. Were you difficult? Maybe a little bit. Just because Dragon was a little bit annoying, always annoying to go up against, to be fair. And then we obviously have Black and White too. Sharon was really, really easy. Maybe even E tier, to be fair. I don't know. Maybe, no, we'll keep you there. I don't think Erica should be D tier, to be fair. I'd probably put Erica C tier. With the rocking out, probably you there, and then you probably... Yeah, probably in the C tier as well. No, I'd probably put you in the C tier. Right, okay. So that's Generation 5 done. There's a lot of gym leaders to go. We've got Generation 6 next, which is here. Gen 6 is going to have a lot of E tier gym leaders because it was such an easy game. Like, all the gyms had like 3 or 4 Pokemon. Like, I'd say your E tier, your E tier. You were a little bit more difficult with the Lucario and stuff. Karina was. So I'd probably put Karina in the C tier. But again... None of these were really, really tricky. A lot of them are going to hover around this E and D spot. Just simply because, like I say, when you're a gym leader and you have 3 or 4 ones, like, I don't remember ever struggling on one of them. Like, she had a Sylveon. Like, the Fairy may be C tier because of the Sylveon and stuff like that, but it wasn't anything crazy to, like, be worried about. Anyway, next up we have... Oh, no, we got you as well. You're probably D tier just because you're the last gym leader. Next up we have Generation 7, which was obviously the trials and stuff. I remember you being quite difficult with the Smurgle, actually. I definitely struggled on you a little bit at the start, so I'll probably put you in the A tier. You probably the B tier. Probably a lot of these are B tier, to be fair. Like the trials themselves, like if actually had the trial and not the trial captain, like these would all be in like the S tier. Like for her with the Lurantis, very, very annoying. but none of the battles were necessarily difficult, I would say. And then we obviously have the trial. Oh god, these. Wait, does this? I don't know if this is actually talking about. Yeah, because you didn't battle. No, you did battle them. Did you battle them? I cannot remember for the life of me. I don't know if you did. I don't remember if you did or not. Maybe it is talking about their trials, because these are the trial captains that you battled. I cannot remember. I've not played Sun and Moon in a long time. Did you battle them? I think you did. I think you did. Trial captains. You were quite tricky. You had the Alolan Persian, which Dark wasn't super annoying. Rock was kind of annoying, and then probably you weren't necessarily difficult though. I've lost my spot, man. I'm trying to remember their teams and the names at the same time, and it's kind of clouding my memory. And then we obviously have Generation 8. Generation 8 is obviously wasn't that easy, wasn't that difficult. Because obviously I had like Dynamax and stuff like that. I remember Nessa again, probably C tier for you, because well, the first 3 gym leaders you either had you were always gonna have a good matchup against one of them, because obviously it's grass, water and fire, and the starters are grass, water, fire, so it really just dependent on your starter. I chose Scorbunny, so I remember Nessa being really difficult for me because obviously of the Dreadnought, so I probably put her in the D tier. And then fire, probably C. Probably these are all C, to be fair. You were a little bit more difficult because Fear was always annoying. You weren't even a gym leader, so I don't know what you're doing here. Neither were you. Rayan was difficult because of the double battle and stuff. Yeah, you're probably B tier as well. To be fair, these are probably both B tier as well. I think that's my list. I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. I mean, there's so many gym leaders, a lot of people are going to disagree with what I said, but that's my list. You know, take it how it is. That's going to be everything for today's video, though, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a like down below. Make sure to leave a comment. Who is your hardest gym leader do you think you ever went up against? And subscribe if you're brand new. That's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.